Hi everyone, welcome to another video in our lockdown series. Today we're doing a practical session looking at how to improve our cricket fitness at home so we can do things like this.
Well, there's the first one. And away, it's more than away. He's gone. And that's a hat-trick. Kicked away fine, and wow, brilliant. Outstanding.
What a catch. What an absolute beauty from Steve Smith.
We'll also be looking at some pro fitness benchmarks so we can measure ourselves against the best. If you're ready, let's go. So you might be thinking, why should I improve my cricket fitness in the first place? Cricket does have a bad stereotype of old men standing around in a park, not really doing anything, but the modern game couldn't be further from that. Every professional team, they have a strength and conditioning coach to make sure the players are in peak physical condition so they can execute their skills to the best of their ability out on the field of play. So for us, if we can improve our cricket fitness, we're going to become more athletic. We're going to be able to take diving catches, diving stops. We're going to be able to throw the ball harder. We'll be able to hit the ball harder and longer. We'll be able to bowl quicker. We'll be able to bat and bowl for longer periods of time. We'll be able to focus easier and for longer. And also we're going to be able to prevent injuries that are going to stop us from playing. So today we're going to focus on core strength, general body strength, explosive power and also cardio. And to start off with, I'm going to give you some core exercises that you can do in your bedroom or you can do them outside. But it's really going to help you stabilise your body and make sure you have a good foundation to build that strength on. Let's go. So firstly we're going to do a front plank. It's really important to get your head, shoulders, hips and feet all in one straight line. If your hips are sinking towards the floor, it puts a lot of pressure on your lower back, so we must engage our abs to bring our hips back up into that straight line. If you want to make this a lot harder, do a reach and touch, as this really challenges your ability to stabilise your hips and your core. So next we're going to move on to our left side plank, which is going to strengthen our side abdominals, also known as our obliques. Make sure our shoulders, hips and feet are in line like the front plank. Don't let your hips sink down to the floor. If you want to make this harder, then simply add a rotation. So now do the same on your right side, as it's really important to train both sides of your body. Strengthening your obliques is so important if you want to be able to hit the ball hard and if you want to be able to bowl for long periods of time. So next we're going to train our abdominals and we're going to use flutter kicks, so put your hands underneath your lower back and start moving your legs up and down. If you want to make it harder, move them left and right, start drawing some letters, but always make sure your lower back doesn't come off the ground. Lower back injuries are pretty common in cricket, and this is a really good exercise to strengthen your back. So imagine you're a parachuter and you're jumping out of a plane and you squeeze as hard as you can at the top of the exercise. So next we're moving on to crunches. Bring your knees up to 90 degrees and then crunch up, bring your chest towards your knees by squeezing your abs together. If you want to make this harder, we can do hammer sit-ups. This is where you bring your arms and your knees together simultaneously and you meet in the middle, and this really works your abs. To finish off the core exercises, we're going to do Russian twists. So start with a tennis ball and just rotate round, bouncing it on each side, and then we're going to bring our knees up off the ground and just throw the ball left and right, trying to maintain that balance and stabilising your core. Then we've got to put this all together, bouncing the ball either side, twisting your body, training all your different parts of your core to finish off. Strengthening your core is a great place to start if you want to improve your cricket fitness. See it as the foundations of your house, but now we've got to build the bricks on top, which is our muscle. We need muscle to be able to move our body as well as prevent injury. So here are some exercises that you can try at home to help build muscle. Building strength in your legs is so important in cricket, so start off in a split squat and drop your back knee down to the ground while keeping your chest up, and make sure that front knee goes 90 degrees when you're at the bottom. We can progress this into a drop-in lunge where we're keeping the same position as the split squat, but we're just alternating legs and we're just challenging our ability to stable our body a little bit more. The last stage is to go from a walking lunge into a reverse lunge. Make sure you get your knee up before you make contact with the ground and try and stabilise your body as much as possible. So now we're on to bodyweight squats. Squats are a fantastic exercise to train your legs and your core. Start by pushing your hips back, keeping your back straight and getting your hips down to 90 degrees. You can use your hands to counterbalance yourself, but make sure your back is always straight. We can progress this onto the under the bar squat. So you squat down on one side, then transfer your weight onto the other leg and then up into the standing position and then repeat. The last leg exercise we're going to do are calf raises. These are really important to help you with running and jumping. So balance on one leg and go up onto your toes while keeping your balance. If you want to make this harder, then get your hands above your head. This is very important for spinners to build up the strength to release the ball at the top of their action. So next we're going to move on to push-ups. They're really good for building your chest, your arms and your core. So we've got to make sure we maintain that straight line throughout our whole body. It's also a good idea to try different variations of push-ups. So here's a wide arm push-up, which is going to target a slightly different area of your chest. If you want to challenge yourself more, we can do a diamond push-up. So put your hands in a diamond underneath your chest and make sure you maintain that straight body throughout the whole exercise. So next we've got the military press-up. Put your hands shoulder width apart but move them slightly down towards your waist. This is really good to work your triceps. The last variation of press-up we have is called the Hindu press-up. So we start in a downward dog position and we move our head and chest as close to the ground as possible and then bring your head and chest up, making sure that we really extend our arms at the top. Those exercises are really good for building strength, but we also want explosive power in cricket. This means we can jump higher, we can run quicker, we can hit the ball further, we can take that diving catch and we can bowl quicker as well. Here are some exercises that are really going to improve your explosive power. Firstly, a great way to build power in your legs is to do big bound jumps. So start on 2 feet, jump as far and high as you can, use your arms to propel yourself forward and land in that squat position that we did earlier. This next move is going to train our chest and our arms, and these are called drop push-ups. So start off on your knees, keep your back straight and try and slow your body down before hitting the ground. If you want to progress and challenge yourself more, we can move on to a standing drop push-up. Make sure your back stays straight as long as possible and your arms and your chest really have to work hard to slow your body down before hitting the ground. Please be careful with your wrists as there's going to be a lot of pressure being put through them. So now we're going to do a full body exercise and we're going to start with squat thrusts. So squat down to the ground, place your hands on the floor and jump your feet back and return them to the standing position as quickly as possible. We can progress this onto burpees where you do the squat thrust but then you get your chest onto the floor and you explode up as quickly as possible back onto your feet. If you want to make this harder, we can do a burpee but we can introduce a jump at the top. So I'm doing a tuck jump here, but feel free to do any sort of jump you want, but make sure you're exploding up off the ground and you're getting that maximum height on your jump. The last piece of the jigsaw puzzle is our cardiovascular endurance. This is also known as cardio, and this is how well our body is at getting oxygen to our muscles while we're working. So the fitter we are, the longer we'll be able to bat, the longer we'll be able to bowl, and we'll be able to concentrate and focus throughout a whole game of cricket. And this is really, really important. So here are some exercises that we can do to improve our cardio. This is a simple touch and go exercise. So place 2 cones 5 meters apart and sidestep to each one, bending down and touching the cone each side. So now we're going to do some interval training using pyramids. If you place 2 cones 20 meters apart and then start off at one end and sprint a length, then you walk 1 length back and then next you sprint to 2 and then you walk 1 length, and we're going to progress this adding a length every time, so 3, 4 all the way up to 10. As soon as you get to 10, then you do another set of 10 and then you come back down the pyramid, so you do 9, walk a length, 8 all the way back to 1. We're going to finish off with some maximum effort sprinting. Place one cone 10 metres away and then another cone 20 metres away. Make sure you lean into your sprint, pick your knees up, pump your arms, and make sure you keep your head up as well. So there are some exercises designed to improve your general cricket fitness, but we've got to go away and test these now to see if we're actually improving, because we always want to be making progress. In the professional game, they have fitness testing and they make benchmarks that they expect all players to hit. So we're going to talk about a couple of them now. Give them a go. Let us know in the comments below how you get on. See how you compare to the pros. So firstly, we got the yo-yo test. It's a progressive fitness test designed to measure your cardiovascular endurance. So you have the running zone, which is 20 metres, and then you have the recovery zone, which I'm in now, which is 5 metres. So you get 10 seconds to recover between each run. You must start on the beep, and then you've got to hit the second beep, which is at the far end, and then you turn and to run back, and you've got to beat the last beep to then progress to the next level. Another way to measure your cardiovascular endurance is using the more commonly used beep test. So you have two cones that are 20 metres away from each other, and this is a continuous progressive test, so unlike the yo-yo test, you do not get that 10-second rest. And you keep running and making sure you hit the beep on each cone until you miss the beep. So next we got a sprinting test, 20-minute dash, straight line, run as quick as you can. The last cardio test we are measuring is how quickly can we run a 3. So this is straight line running with 2 turns, and this is very specific to cricket. So if you want to make it more realistic, you can use a bat as well. So you'll also get your core tested. So we go back to that front plank position we talked about earlier, and we've got to keep that straight line for 3 minutes. So lastly, we're measuring our side planks. We're going to do both sides, and we've got to hold this for 1.5 minutes. This is the benchmark, but you've got to be really strict with your position. If your hips start to drop towards the floor, then you must bring them up, otherwise it doesn't count. So there you have it, the fitness benchmarks that you need to hit if you want to play professional cricket. So let us know how you got on in the comment section below, and always remember that if we improve our fitness, we're going to improve our performance. If we want to take that winning catch in the last over, or we want to come back for our second spell and bowl those death overs to win the game, or run a 3 after you're 6 not out of the last ball to win the game, we're going to need to be fit to do that. I really hope you enjoyed this video. Please leave any questions or requests in the comment section below. Follow us on social media, and also subscribe to the YouTube channel so you can stay informed on our future posts. Till next time.